Hey boos, in this video I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. Oh, hell no.
Hi guys, it's Yanni and I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be a little lengthy. Make sure you grab some snacks, wine, maybe even coffee if it's morning time, and let's dive right into this video. I'm working on my tone, but if I start to climb because I'm gonna get real passionate about this topic, I apologize. So let's get into this video. First things first, let me address my community tab. For whatever reason, it's the most toxic place that you could ever go to. And I don't know why. It's the most negative place. I swear. It's worse than my regular YouTube comments. I don't understand why. So I made a tweet and I posted it to my community tab and it said, 2020, I need black women to stop bashing black men when you only date black men, you have sex with black men, and or you've had their babies. It says more about you than them. Course, self-accountability 101. Hold them accountable. Yes. Bash them. No. I don't remember what I put in my caption or whatever like that, but I deleted the post. I deleted the tweet because people were taking this so far out of context. People were twisting words that I never said, and they made this about me saying that black women can't speak on their experiences. Really? Because that's what I do on this platform. So I can sit here and speak on my experiences with black men, but you can't? What sense does that make? I want to believe that my following is educated, intelligent, smart, all of the above, but sometimes I'll be like, where did y'all get that assumption from? So people took that and they were saying things like, oh, so you're telling black women not to hold black men accountable? Let me read my tweet again. Then I said, hold them accountable. Yes. Bash them. No. So that tells me that we don't know the difference between bashing and accountability. Severe criticism when it comes to bashing, constructive criticism when it comes to accountability. Now, I know a lot of y'all are going to be like, well, Yanni, black men bash black women all the time. Would you try to get a grease fire out with water? No, I don't believe in the Malcolm X approach. I'm sorry. I don't. I was studying Malcolm X and I was doing a ton of research on the things that he believed in, his mentality. And that was one thing that I didn't agree with. He believed fighting violence with violence. I don't believe in that. So when it comes to this whole black man versus black woman, I don't believe in, well, they bashed me, so I'm gonna bash them. I don't believe in that. I'm sorry. I believe in being the bigger person. When it comes to my community tab, black women were degrading me from saying things like, she's a pick-me, she's a mammy. Of course she's gonna say something like that because her skin is placed on a pedestal. Guess what? My hair texture ain't. My 4A, 4C hair texture ain't. And surely this mouth ain't. But that's a whole nother conversation. Then people were making just personal attacks. All because of a misunderstanding. All because people wanted to jump to the worst outcome of what I said instead of the positive. Because that was not meant to be negative at all. And I believe my caption was basically saying, black women, let's be proactive this year, because I made an Instagram story about my motto this year is to be proactive. If black men don't want to admire and appreciate us, then we're gonna go where we are. What sense does it make to bash black men and be bitter and single? Why not level up and date around and really explore your options outside of the black community? This is why I don't believe in being an anti-swirler, because I've been around black men. I've heard some of the things that they have said about other black women. So it would be irresponsible of me as an influencer to say things like, oh, only date black men. I I think it's easy for me to say something like that considering my position, but my experiences, your experiences, and other women's experiences are all different. So for me to say that, that's irresponsible of me. I don't know why that post was taken so far out of context, but it clearly was taken like way out of context. But it kind of reminded me of Nick Young when I said his best years are behind him. He had an injury. I played the sport. When you have an injury, after you have an injury, you are not the same. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's life. But people made it about him having money or not. I don't put that much emphasis on money and materialistic things because it's the gate to hell. It's the gate to evil. Rich to me is your mindset. I'll take that over a rich man any day. Some of these men out here that I've been around that have money, they don't have no substance. See, y'all think the grass is greener on the other side, but it's not. I've been over there and I'm just like, y'all problems are different, but y'all still got problems over here. Men with money, I deal with them having emotional issues. They don't know how to connect, but they think they can throw their money around. But y'all think having a man with money is the answer. Y'all think dating white men is the answer. Y'all need to learn the difference between good people and bad people. You got good white people out here, you got bad white people out here. You got good black people out here, you got bad black people out here. You got good Mexican people out here, you got bad Mexican people out here. Y'all need to learn the difference between good people and bad people. I learned that lesson at a very early age. And it was when I was in high school and I played basketball. And when I went to high school, my school, racism. I was dealing with racism every day. But then in the summertime, when I played AAU basketball and I played on an all-white basketball team and I was the only black girl, I dealt with no racism. They treated me as if I was one of them. My coach took me in as if I was one of his own, because a lot of times my parents couldn't afford to travel with me when we went to Virginia, Florida, Tennessee, Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska. My parents couldn't afford to come with me, so a lot of times I would travel with them by myself, and I never felt any prejudice, racism at all. But when I went to school and it was regular season, I dealt with so much. I dealt with racism, politics. I was exposed to all of that at a very early age. But if it wasn't for me learning the difference between good people and bad people, I would have never been afforded the opportunity to be granted a D1 basketball scholarship if I labeled all people the same. I wouldn't have had the experiences to travel with my team and go to the Hall of Fame for women, WNBA in Tennessee, if it wasn't for me not labeling all people the same, because they're not all the same. I can't interact with everyone to say, all white people are bad. Are they? Can you really say that? Same thing with black men. Black men ain't shit. Are they? Have you dated them all for you to know that? Now, are there black men out here who have self-hatred issues, who project that onto black women? Yes. But that's not the majority. And I've looked up the statistics for this. 80% of black men are still dating and marrying black women. 80%. 20% are either gay, dating outside of their race, or other. That is a fact. But we like to give the 20% so much attention, so much power over us. And it's sad. Did you guys ever think why, when it came to the Blue Ivy recent situation, that white lady and that black man felt so comfortable to speak on her? Did you ever wonder why? It was because of us, black women. It was us. We made them feel comfortable to be able to do that. Why? We made a movement over getting her hair combed. It was made by a black woman.
It's not just non-black people doing this, it's even some of our own people. And it's sad that I've seen some black women bully this girl for her kinky hair. I mean, we can't forget about the black woman who started a whole petition just to get Blue Ivy's hair combed. And the minute Blue Ivy straightens her hair, she gets praised. Essence did a write-up on Blue Ivy saying that her silky blowout is proof that she's a beauty inspiration. Like, really? What type of message is that sending?
I'm not one of those YouTubers where we only gonna talk about things that make black women look good. I didn't lose weight that way. I didn't lose 150 pounds that way. I had to be honest with myself. I had to hold myself accountable. If I ate bad, I had to acknowledge that. I had to take ownership over that. And I had to change my ways. Same thing when it comes to this topic of conversation. They felt so comfortable because we literally made an entire movement about Blue Ivy's hair and how it's not combed. We made jokes about how she looks like Jay-Z. We did that. Black women did that. We have to own that because that's what we did. Karrueche, she felt comfortable to read that prompt because of what other black women have said and done. Y'all remember that situation where she read the prompt and it had something to do with Blue Ivy's hair and it was on the BET network? I wonder who wrote that for her to say. But she received the backlash because she read it, which was stupid. Everyone needs to be held accountable. Everyone. I don't do that. I don't pick sides. I am my own person. I am not a follower. I go and I move and I live by a code called principles, values, and morals. I don't go with what people want me to go with. I don't live by that code. That code don't exist to me. I'm not a follower. Never been, never will. Another thing, when it comes to the Ari Lennox and the Teyana Taylor situation, I keep the same energy with everybody. First of all, Twitter is a negative place. And depending on where you are, everyone gets talked about and dogged out on Twitter. It's not just black women. However, black women are the most hated, period. We are, but we gotta stop giving that so much focus. My intention for 2020 is to go where I'm loved, respected, and admired. That's where I'm going. Wherever that is. It could be with a white man, a black man, an Indian, a Mexican, a foreigner. Hell, I don't know, but I'm gonna go wherever I feel I'm appreciated, loved, respected. That's where I'm going. If it happens to be with a black man, well, so be it. If it doesn't, oh well. But Ari Lennox and Teyana Taylor, y'all know I'm not going for that. I'm not going for that. You know, people want to comment on the black features of black women and men, but then turn around and will go get their lips injected, go get their ass injected, go get their hips injected, go get their boobs injected, go get cheekbones lifted. Stuff that we was born with. Y'all give too much attention to that. Y'all give entirely too much attention to that. Don't you understand that we run? We run with pops. We run. We make things pop. We make things trend. That's our power. Stop focusing so much on the black men who don't like us. Who cares? You got Gabby out here living her best life with her new man. You got Lonnie Love out here living her best life with her new man. And you got the girl from Queen living her best life. Y'all better get a grip and start living y'all's best lives and stop being on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube being negative. It doesn't change your reality. Bashing black men does absolutely nothing. Black men bashing black women does absolutely nothing. It's literally a waste of breath. It does nothing. My post was about black women taking charge, creating their own reality, finding love for them. Not out of spite for black men, but for them, for self.
So recently, Jodie Turner Smith received a ton of backlash on Twitter for marrying a white man. The actress played in the movie Queen and Slim, and she portrayed the black love story of being the ride or die. She took to Twitter in response to the backlash and said, "The first men to make me feel beautiful were white men." Sad but true. Sometimes black men would say, "I was pretty for a dark-skinned girl." Now, this is what I would consider a class act. She is holding black men accountable for her past experiences, and she's not spewing any hate. She didn't use any derogatory terms towards black men, and she is happy. She has found her happiness, she has found herself, and she's living in her truth, and she's going about it unapologetically. I'm really happy for Jodie because she portrayed such a class act over this whole situation with her receiving backlash and how it was mainly coming from black men, and not once did she ever spew hate or become bitter, and she could have easily done those things, but she decided not to. Because why? She's happy. Look at her. Do you see the pictures? I mean, she is truly happy. So she just spoke on her experience, held black men accountable, and she kept it moving. And this is what I want to see more of. I'm going to also address this because I saw comments saying, well, Yanni, it's easy for you because the black men place your skin on a pedestal. Well, guess what? White men don't. White men don't place my skin on a pedestal. I went to a predominantly white school, never had a boyfriend the whole time I was in school because mainly the black boys were going for the white girls and the white boys were going for the chocolate, deep melanin black girl who was slim. I'm curvy. I have hips. I have thighs. They weren't into that. You know, they didn't like that. So that's what I had to deal with growing up. I didn't have a prom date. I didn't have any of that. So it's so easy for people to make assumptions, not knowing what I have been through or what the next woman has been through. It's so easy to do that. But you don't know my experience. I was the girl who didn't have a prom date. So just like Jodie has her experience, this is mine. White men don't place my skin on a pedestal. They consider my skin tone to be a knockoff. Then when you add pounds to my body, you know, I'm not skinny. And they like the skinny, slim and trim, chocolate, deep melanin black woman. That's what they want. They don't want me. And I have accepted that fact. And now I go where I am wanted, attracted, loved, admired. And you should do the same.
My platform is all about self-love. I keep telling y'all. That's how I got here. That's how I became who I am today, was self-love. Doing things for me and being unapologetic about it. Did I say you were going to be perfect along the way? No, you're not. That's not how life happens. That's not how you learn. We never take L's. We take lessons and we learn from our mistakes. And you know, the only thing that I could honestly say when it comes to my community tab, it was insensitive of me because of the timing. The Blue Ivy situation just happened. The Ari Lennox situation just happened. And the Teyana Taylor situation, it just happened. And I felt like when I look back as a blogger, that was my mistake. I shouldn't have posted it then and there. But I'm thinking, new year, 2020, black women, let's be proactive this year. Let's level up. Let's go and be in spaces with people who respect us, admire us, and love us. And let's stop putting so much focus on people who don't. Because I haven't even really been on social media for real. But that was my mindset. I didn't really suck into that negativity when it came to Blue Ivy, Ari Lennox, until I started doing research on it. So I'm like on this high, like, yes, 2020 is here. I'm ready. Let's go. And then when I posted that community tab, it was just a bunch of negativity. And I was just like, what the hell? You can't level up. You can't glow up if you don't take accountability. The black woman's influence is so powerful. And I feel like black women sleep on how powerful their influence is because we just give it out so freely because we're loving, we're kind, we're all of those things. And we are entertaining, we're beautiful, we're all of those things. And if we would stop supporting people like the Kardashians, people like these rappers like Tory Lanez, singers like Chris Brown, they wouldn't make no money. Black women influence that type of stuff though. Like and I told y'all this, Cardi B, the City Girls, we influence the disrespect because we support people like that disrespect us. We influence it, but we keep the torch going. If it burns out, we relight it. So when it comes to the Ari Lennox situation, when it comes to Teyana Taylor, I couldn't help but notice 5 days before that, people were talking so badly on Gervonta Davis's baby mama. I think her name is Dre. But so many people were degrading her from her nose all the way down to her shoes. And it also trickled on over to her daughter, who people felt like her daughter's hair wasn't combed. And I'm like, it's in a puffball. I didn't understand that. But who was picking at her nose and her shoes and her outfit and her hair and her child? Black women.
I also wanted to come with receipts, but I wanted to add that how are we as black women going to expect other people to respect us if we don't respect each other? That is a question that I have. Please comment down below. Reason why we have to hold ourselves accountable is so that then we can hold others outside of ourselves to that same standard. And that would be a reflection of self-love, not self-hatred.
There were some black women with some sense in the comments and was like, these comments are absolutely ridiculous. Then 5 days later, Ari Lennox and Teyana Taylor being called bulldogs. Is it surprising? No, it's not. Because again, black women, we keep the torch lit. We don't just burn it out. Because we could burn it out with our influence, but we choose not to. We could burn it out with our support, but we choose not to. I don't know why. I'm trying to figure it out. We never keep the same energy. We just don't, because there's no way in hell those black women should have been making those comments about Gervonta Davis's baby mama and her nose. Then y'all turn around and want to be upset because, again, this black man felt so comfortable to make a statement like that. Where do you think he got the influence from? In no way, shape, or form am I blaming black women for the hate, but we do have to start taking accountability for how powerful our influence truly is. And maybe you're not aware, so I'm making you aware. Be cautious about what you say, how you say it, how you speak to another black woman, being a black woman. Because my community tab, people were degrading me from my skin complexion to me being called a mammy, a pick-me, all of this, all because of a misunderstanding / disagreement. I couldn't believe what I was reading. I was just like, wow. That's why I deleted it. That's all that I have regarding this video, you guys. And I don't understand why we as black women, we literally attack each other. And I really want you guys to understand the power of the black woman's influence. It runs this country. It runs the trends, all the way down to the seasonings that we use when we cook, the clothes on our backs, the shoes, the makeup trends. We run it all. Black women do that. We run it. Own it. So the next time you look into your left and you look into your right and you see a girl who looks like you, be kind. Don't be hateful. Don't spew self-hate onto her. Because I see a lot of that. The black community has a lot of healing that we need to do. And I really want to do a video on black men versus black women. Why are we going at each other so hard? Like, we're literally going at each other's throats. For what reason? There's some of us having black kids and we're going to teach them to do the same thing. It doesn't make any sense to me. But that's all that I have regarding this video. I would love your thoughts, opinions. Comment them down below. Respectfully, please. Respectfully. Intelligently. Please. Because I hold you guys to that standard that you can do that. So comment them down below. And if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so that you are notified for when I upload. And I'll catch you in my next one. Happy New Year's. Welcome to 2020.